for it.
Rightio, so first of all you got power. Then turn it on, wait a couple of seconds. Then water, so tank to pump. And then our pump. And then you're ready to pump. We then have our water level, our A foam tank, our B foam tank, pump RPM and hour meter, compound gauge, pump gauge for your main system, and then hose reel gauge. The reason they're separate is it's a two-stage pump, so we've got our standard pressure 0 to 15 bar on all lay flat and bumper monitor. We then have hose reel pressure, which is 0 to 40 bar. We then have our foam, so we turn our foam on, turn our foam tap on, and then which tank it's coming from, so A or B. We then turn our hose reel on if you're using the hose reel, and then high pressure if you want it. You can run high pressure and low pressure at the same time. High pressure is only for the hose reel. We then have our tank fill. Yours, the auto's not connected, so you have manual, and it's hydrant in on the left or hydrant in on the right. We then have tank pump to tank. So if you're sucking from a pool or turkey's nest, whatever it may be, you turn that one on and have that one off. That will then suck from here and fill the truck. Once the truck's full, you can turn that off and keep sucking from there continuously if you need to. Also with the foam, we have preset memory 1 and 2. So they've got it saved at 1% and 3%. If you want to put that at 4%, you just arrow up to 4 and press and hold for 5 seconds, and it saves a new memory. We then have our foam flushing. So when you're finished using foam, that'll flush the excess out. Plus you'd need to flush every outlet. So that's all 4 lay flats need to be flushed, your bumper monitor and your hose reel. Because if you use foam from the truck, it primes the whole system. If you only want foam on one outlet only, then you use your inline inductor and a drum of foam. This foam goes to every single outlet on the truck. We then have our foam backup control. So if the foam system fails only, you have that turned off, and then you can adjust this to whatever percentage of foam you require. Do not use this if you are using that. It'll damage the system. It is a backup only. We then have external foam supply, which is here. Okay, same symbol with the bubbles, foam coming in. So if we hook a foam line onto there, into a drum or an IBC, pull that one open instead of that, and then you turn your foam on and you'll pump foam from an external foam supply. Inside here we then have our handrails. Okay, so our air operated handrail, which is a side one only. The rear one's manual operated. There's no center rail in the middle one because you need to be able to get your basket stretcher, scoop stretcher, shovels and other tooling suction hoses down from there without dragging them over the side. Pump speed is done from here. It's also something to be mindful of. Pull it back till you hear it click or knock. Okay, because if you leave it in that position, it can stop you selecting gears, but it's not enough to bring the engine speed up. So always make sure when you finish pumping, you pull that back all the way. We then have our foam fill. So we can go to A foam or B foam, and that sucks from our foam inlet on the left side. Once you're finished, you can then put that in a drum of water and press the manual button, and that will pump it out and flush it out onto the ground. This is your air on-off switch, so if you have an air failure, you can turn it on and off. In your truck, it's actually on this side.
Yep.
Okay. Same switch, same everything, just different location.